what you see. Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. I just came from the computer store. My computer is at the doctor's. They said they're gonna have to keep it for 2 to 3 days. Oh my God. Anyway, I had to put a $50 deposit down. With tax, I think it was like $54 and some change. Just gonna try to free up some space and find out what's eating up my computer space. And hopefully it's good news when I pick it up so that I can get back on my ASMR game. So yeah, you guys, I am makeup free today because my skin is a little bit irritated. So I have more coconut oil on my face. I know I'm looking a bit shiny, like a penny. Even though I'm older, it probably shouldn't matter if my skin kind of get a little crazy, but I like looking in the mirror and not seeing a whole bunch of bumps or scars and things like that. And I still break out with pimples like a teenager. I picked up some gum, so because I keep getting these request videos for bubble gum. Y'all got me going back to like when I was 10, so I'll be chewing that bubble gum and popping them bubbles. For you guys who like the bubble gum video, I don't even think y'all watch my ASMR vlogs, but you know, it's a-okay. Whatever's good for you. My son is working on getting his car fixed from the accident the other day that he had, and they sent him the check to get his car fixed, and they spelled his name wrong, you guys. His name is Dream. Dream like you dreaming. Yeah. And I was not dreaming when I named him. I named him Dream. And they sent the check with his name on it, Dream, like D-R-E-A-N. No, it's Dream. So he went to the bank and he tried to make a deposit so that he could get this car paid to get this car fixed, and they wouldn't take the check because they had one letter spelled. They had the N instead of the M, and he was so frustrated. I told him, I said, humble yourself, okay? Maybe you could just do a little bit more research and get the car, you know, done cheaper. I don't know, but anyway, I'm so glad that headache is over with because he loved his car. He loved that Mustang. That Mustang is my heartache because I think about him every single day, and I just feel like a young 18-year-old should not have such a older man's car, in my opinion. Has a convertible hood, and then it's fast, and it's a sports car. But you know, it's just crazy. I went to talk to someone and asked them to give him advice, you know, to tell him that he should not have that car, you know, because it's just too much for him at his age 18. And the man gonna say, well, at least you gonna get all the ladies. Yeah. I'm tired today, you guys. I have been wearing my heart on my sleeve lately. Just haven't really been feeling upbeat. This must be my time to go through that downer Debbie feeling, you know, just thinking. Every time I get into myself, I start thinking about my life. Like, am I going through a transition? And sometimes you go through a transition, you don't feel your best. Just kind of feel like you take a deep breath, but you still feel like your stomach is in knots, and that, you know, like you're falling from the sky, and you know, it just life is like, I feel like my life is in transition at this moment, and my stomach is in knots because I know that I'm going through a life change, and I can just feel it. I don't know why. I know I should feel happier and be more humble and more grateful for it. I feel like I can't really. I feel like this sinking feeling inside my spirit. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I started thinking about what happened to me last year, which was the year of 2015 in the summer. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this. You ever heard of being connected to your spiritual animal? I think every time I go through transitions, this one thing kept showing up in my life, and we never put it together until last year. Okay, I thought that my spiritual animal would be a dog because I'm not afraid of dogs. Matter of fact, I think dogs are afraid of me. I went up to a school track with my daughter, and I like the school track because you got the white lines and you get to run 7, 8 tracks and you can stay inside the line. Well, my daughter, she runs a lot. I walk, but I feel like the line kind of keep me focused and keep me going, so I move from line to line as I come around one track. Well, I saw a bunch of frogs, and they were just on the track, just hopping across. So of course, someone like me, when I saw the frog, now I know they're gonna be out there, especially when it's kind of like damp and it's been raining or the nightfall come, they start to hopping out. So I was like, when I saw the first frog, I was like, okay. So I was trying to move out the way. I was like, oh, you know, like that. I mean, as the frogs hop past, I kind of, you know, just stood in that one place until I seen that they was all gone. And then so because I knew they was on the track, so by the time I got around to that same location again, I kind of moved all the way over because I just did not want to have no connection or run into these frogs at all. I caught up with my daughter, and I was telling my daughter it's a bunch of frogs on the field. She said, that's funny, I didn't see any. I was like, okay, maybe you running too fast because there's a bunch of frogs out here. And then she was like, well, how you feel? You feel good? I said, yeah, I think I did enough. I was just telling her that because I just wanted to get off that field because I do not like frogs. I don't like frogs. I don't like lizards. I don't like alligators. I just don't like those kind of things. I don't like snakes. I'm so scared of reptiles. Is that what they call? I think that's what they call. I could be wrong. Now, I'm a dummy when it comes to things like that because I have no interest in them whatsoever. As a matter of fact, the only reptile I like is the gecko on Geico. That's it. And he's so cute. I love that gecko. But we have geckos all the time in front of our door at home, and I be freaking out, man. I be like, oh my god, I have to wait for my son to come move because I never ever. That's another thing. Even though I don't like them, I literally strongly don't like them. I don't want nothing to happen to them. Like I don't want them to get hurt, ran over, touched. Like, anytime a reptile is in the way, you know, I make sure that I go around it or my son moves it or something, just put them on a safe path. Like I don't want nothing to happen to them. I just feel like I always just felt that way. Like I felt like nothing was ever supposed to happen to those type of animals. I don't know. Not did I go animal again, reptiles. I had to go get gas for the car later on that night. No, so the next day I went to go get gas for the car. And as I went to go step out the car, open up the door, it was a bunch of baby frogs. So I think I'm gonna say a bunch of tadpoles, because isn't that what baby frogs are called? Tadpoles? I probably should look it up on Google, but I'm just not interested in them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to read about them. I don't like them. Yeah, I just don't like them. Like they I don't know why, but I'm freaked out when I see. Like I have a really strong fear of them. So a whole bunch of them was underneath my car, and I had to shut the door, and I could see them hopping away, waiting for each other, crossing over to the other side of the gas station. Oh my god. And I was supposed to hurry up because I was supposed to be meeting my daughter. I was stuck at the gas station for like 20 minutes. So then this guy came up to put gas in his car. I rolled down the window and I was like, excuse me. He's like, yeah. I said, hey, could you pump my gas? I'm scared to get out. He said, well, why? I said, it's a bunch of tadpoles on the ground. So he looked on the ground. He says, wow, they surrounding your car. They everywhere. He said, wow, I never seen that before. So I'm thinking to myself, like, you have got to be kidding me. I was like, are they on one side or are they on the other side? So he walked to the other side. He said, miss, they everywhere all around your car. He said, yeah, I'll pump the gas for you. So yeah, I gave him the money and he went inside and paid for the gas for me, and he started to pump it. And then after he was finished, he was like, wow, I never seen that before. And I said, yeah, it would happen to someone like me, you know. So then when I met up with my daughter, she said, Mom, what took you so long? I said, you was not gonna believe what happened to me. She said, I told her that I was stuck at the gas station because all these frogs was outside my car all around it, and they would not leave. They were just moving and crossing against the road, but they were just surrounding my car. And she said, you know what, Mom, we need to figure out what's up with you and these frogs. We need to look it up. So I was like, no, we don't have to look it up, you know. Don't worry about it. You know, it's just a coincidence. I just keep running into frogs. And then, you know, and then she was telling me, she said, well, you remember when we was in the florist and you ordered all these plants, and then you went to go clean a plant and you dug out a thick white frog? And yeah, I did. The frog was in my hand, and I was just looking at my hand, looking at the frog, and it was like, ah, ah. And my son came running over, and he's like, oh, Mom, it's a frog, it's white. Now I'm gonna tell you something, I ain't never seen no white frog in my life. My son took that white frog out my hand. He loved that frog. He loved that frog. Ew. Ooh, 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 ew. And I think at the time my son was like 14 years old when he had got this frog from my hand. And he was like, Mom, every day I come home from the florist, he says, Mom, did you find another frog? If you do, make sure you let me know. Put a box around it and I will get it. I ain't never found another frog since. But when I moved, and then going earlier back than that, when I first moved into one of my florists, it was like 4 years before. When I first got there, it was a little frog in front of the door. I had went to go look at different locations, and I picked this particular location. Now, I don't even like frogs, but it had this cute statue of a frog. Now, I love statues of a frog. Like, I like the way they look when they're animated cartoons. I love cartoon frogs. That's crazy, but I love cartoon frogs. I love animated frogs, statues of frogs, pottery of frogs. So yeah, it had a pottery like type frog in the front, and it was so freaking cute. So I picked my location based on the frog, and that frog hold my door open for customers every single day. So that was my baby. I love that frog. Come way back up in time when we moved to our location here in Houston. When we went to go move into our apartment, there was a frog in front of the door, an animated another pottery frog. It was so cute in front of our apartment door. My daughter was like, oh, Mom, look, you got another frog. And I was like, wow, that makes me feel right at home, you know. So I still got that frog in front of my door. But yeah, now coming way back up to the story again, my daughter went to Google and started doing the research on these freaking frogs, because they keep coming in and out of my life. And it was saying that, if you guys could look it up, but frog, you know, if I get my computer back by the time I do this video, I will look it up and put it in the video so you can see what it means. But it says frogs are spiritual, and that they mean transition. Like when you're going through a change in your life, every time you see a frog, it's another change that you're in transition with. And I was like, wow. So I started thinking about all the times that I happened to have to deal with a frog, and I was going through something every single time. So that night, I was like, you know, at first my daughter was reading everything. I listened, I was intrigued and everything. And I went to bed, you know. And we had to get up early. So, like, I like to get up, like, around 4 o'clock in the morning to kind of, like, take my shower. And I like to be up before anybody else is up, so that I can feel like I have the house to myself. It's so nice and quiet. It's peaceful. I just love the mornings when everything is just so still, you know. So I went and I took a shower. I went to turn on the hot water for the shower, and I began to take off all my clothes. I went to go move the shower curtain to the right, to the side, and I began to put my left leg into the shower, okay? And as I put my left leg into the shower, I could feel the warm water hit my leg. Oh my God, I could not wait to jump my behind in this shower. Well, when I put my leg in the shower, I felt something go. It was like a twat, that's the only way I can explain it to you guys. It was a feeling, and the feeling was like a twat. Like I felt 2 legs and 2 arms hit just above my ankle on my leg, and I was just kind of like still because I felt it. But when I went to go look down, it was a huge frog. Huge. Let me tell y'all. Let me show you my reaction. Like that. I was screaming. Oh my God, getting the words out. I'm screaming. And I went to go shake my leg. The frog put his webs in my leg like he was holding on to my leg. And drop off or let go. Screaming out my mind, right? So, my kids seen me naked before, but it's usually by like mistake or something like that. I threw that bathroom door open. I went running past out the bathroom running, and I ran straight into I didn't know which way to go. So I ran in my son's room. I was still screaming. I never stopped screaming. And my son, he jumped up. He was like, "Oh my God, Mom, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's going on?" And I was still screaming. Tell him what was wrong. Next thing you know, he took me by the shoulders and he started shaking me like, he was like, "Mom, stop it right now." And I still was screaming. He said, "You gotta stop screaming so I can know what's wrong. Tell me what's wrong." And I was like, "It's a frog." He was like, and I was like this. He was like, "Okay, where is it? I said, "It was on my leg." So he looked down. He was like, I wouldn't look down because I was so freaking scared. He was like, "Okay, the frog is not there, Mom." And I was still in the same spot, and I was still crying and still screaming. So my son went running towards the bathroom to look for this frog, and my daughter woke up in the middle of the night and she came running. She was like, what's going on?" He said, Mommy said a frog jumped on her leg. So I'm standing there, and my daughter come over there, and she was like, Mom, you okay?" And I was still like, "Stop crying. What? You got to stop crying so we can help you." And I was shimmering. I was freaking out, you guys. Oh my God, I had tears running down my eyes. And then next thing you know, my son said he got the frog. That's a huge frog, right? And my daughter was like, "Ew, ew, ew, ew. Oh my God. I'm so glad it happened to you, Mom, and not to me." Shaking and crying when my son put the frog outside, right? He says, "Mom, I took the frog outside, let it go, it's gone. It's okay now, it's gone." Most of the night, and I couldn't stop crying. Tears were still falling from my eyes. Leave this. What transition am I going through that the frog had to literally jump on me in my bathroom? So my daughter and my son looked at me and they was like, "Oh, Mom, you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, thank you guys for helping me." And they was like, "You was really screaming." And as soon as I cracked a smile, and it was like, I know I was just freaking out. They start laughing. I think they was holding their laugh all that time until I felt better. My son was hollering. My daughter was on the floor rolling, and they were saying, "Mom, you was butterball naked, and you were just in there shaking like." They had jokes. They were joking on me. They joked me so bad that I was going through a spiritual transition at the time that the frog had jumped on me. It was crazy because right after that, my daughter showed up from New Jersey, and then I ended up going to Las Vegas for my birthday. I never celebrated my birthday before, not ever. And so right after that incident, so many good things happened to me in my life. I was just really overjoyed with everything that was surrounding me at that time. So yeah. But I'm still not. But you know what scares me now is that when I'm like the way I'm feeling today. Am I going through a transition? Am I going to run into a